Hey there, welcome to Uber John's Rodeo. I just got back in from being out and about, and I now have a guest book that I keep for the people in my vehicle that like to write to Uber John's Rodeo, and I'm going to share a little bit with you. This one says, life is good until your car breaks down an hour from your home. Thanks to Uber John for getting all 5 of us home. And then we got some drawings from one of the passengers. It was a young lady about the age of 4 or 5, and I don't know if you can see that very well. There you go, kind of streaming on that. And as we start to move on through, we get thanks for everything. Thanks for the ride to Park Tavern. Park Tavern is a restaurant here in Severna Park, Maryland, that is very good. There's also a Park Deli, which is also excellent, which is on the other side of Severna Park. And then here we've got, that's a couple of those, so we've got a lot of gaps in there. I think we've got a lot of people that are afraid to exercise their artistic creativity. And then the next one says on 212, 9 times out of 10, when someone says that they're over it, they are most definitely not. I would agree with that. And the next person, not many people are signing it with their name, so I don't know who was writing these, but you might know. Love the idea of doing a live stream from your Uber. Such a creative idea. Thanks for the fun ride. 5 stars. And the next one is, thank you for a nice ride. Have a great year, Wanda. And then thanks for the ride to the airport, Komatsu. And Komatsu, I think, is going to be starting a show on rally cars. They're building a rally car, and they're going to race it, and they're going to try and get one of the cable channels to carry it. And sounds like a fun and exciting thing. This is some of the Valentine's Day artwork that was done by Tiki. And she's very talented. She's also a songwriter. I don't know what songs that she's written so far, but I'm hoping that she'll write one for Uber John's Rodeo. It should be a lot of fun. Here's some more of her artwork right here. And that says Mermaid's Lifestyle. I thought that was pretty neat. She did that in pretty short order. It didn't take her very long to get all of that done. And then we got a couple of passes from there. And then I got one from a single lady that is looking to, at one point, get married to her boyfriend who she was visiting on her way home. And it says, I am so grateful to have a safe, fun ride home. Thank you for all that you do. Happy Valentine's Day, with a big heart and a kiss and a hug and a kiss and a hug. So, you know, I don't think I'm all that great, but what's my word against millions of adoring fans, right? And here's an interesting Valentine's Day thought, and she'll know who she is, and I'm pretty sure she'll be watching this at some point. And it's for Valentine's 2018. 2 singles, 1 straight man, 1 gay woman. Ridiculous Valentine's Day singles night. A lot of people thought I danced really well. A man named Brad was a good dancer. I decided that his name was Brad because he was a white banker. He thought he was a better dancer than he was, but he was still good. I was better. And I forgot people, and I taught people how to wobble. I'm not sure what that is, but I'm sure somebody will tell me. I think it's great that you got home safe, because I needed to get drunk in order to dance with the Valentine's Day singles. You're the best. Happy Valentine's Day. And then we've got Happy to Be in Baltimore by Jewish. That was his name. He was a great guy. Had a lot going on. And the last one was from Jeff. Jeff says, it is a blessing to have a fun, safe ride with Uber John's Rodeo. Well, duh. Great conversationalist and great ideas. Definitely a guy to stay in touch with and network with. I know everybody, and if I don't know you, then give me a shout. I'd love to get to know you. Uber John's Rodeo is all about having fun and getting people home safe, and look forward to having you in my rodeo. It's it's an interesting thing to be able to carry people around and hear all the different stories of what they're doing and the types of things that they like to do, the things they do for fun, the jokes they know, the people they know, different things that go on. I ran into another Uber driver today that also drives an Uber Black SUV, and he had some great stories, some equaling some of the stories that I have, and even better. I thought that my ride to Pittsburgh was a very long ride, but he had me beat by several hundred miles. He went to Dayton, Ohio one time, and that was pretty exciting. So you never know where you're going to end up. I call it Uber John's Rodeo, but really it's Uber John's adventure. It's the adventure of going out and just having a good time and meeting people, and you never know where you're going to go. And most of the time when I go out, I want to say most of the time, I mean 95% of the time that I go out, I end up in either Washington or Baltimore. And what I call that is actually when you get a ride into Washington or Baltimore, you are actually accepting entrance into the Uber Mafia. And what the Uber Mafia is when you go into one of those cities, you go into Baltimore, and you decide you're done driving and you want to get out, no. You try to get out, but they pull you back in. You always get more rides all around, bing bong, bing bong. Baltimore, it's between Fed Hill and Fells Point and Johns Hopkins, and then occasionally you go up to Towson and then back into downtown. It's a ping pong match basically, and occasionally you'll get a ride out to the airport, and then you get to escape. And in Washington, you just never know where you're going to go. You could end up in Northern Virginia. I was driving in Northern Virginia one time, and got so turned around, the next thing I knew I was in Chevy Chase, and I thought I was still in Northern Virginia. But that's the way it goes sometimes. You just lose track. You lose track of where you are just because you're following directions on the GPS, which, by the way, I don't know who's doing the programming of the streets that they read into it, but they're making a lot of mistakes now on the GPS. So Nottingham is now Nottingham, and the most fun one that I had was I went to pick somebody up at the Lemongrass, and that's in Annapolis. It's a restaurant, Thai restaurant. It's very good, and the GPS notified me that it was going to pick them up at Lemongrass. I thought, Lemongrass, what is that? That must be a new restaurant. I've never heard of it. It's lemongrass. It reminds me of the Saturday Night Live skit with Celebrity Jeopardy. And Sean Connery says, "Yes, I'd like anal bum covers for $1,000." That's an album cover. Anyway, that's what it feels like every time I get into the GPS, because it just mispronounces everything. You can't figure out where you are. So anyway, I just wanted to read some of the stuff that was in the guest book, and hopefully we'll get a lot more stuff to talk about. I'll bring you up to date on what happened during the day. Most of the day today I spent around the Baltimore airport, Annapolis, Pasadena, Maryland, and around those areas. I mainly stay in the Annapolis area, but like I said, every day I'm in Baltimore or Washington. Maybe I'll see you next time. So thanks for coming on and watching.